Hello guys. Today we'll going to discuss about that util folder. In since this util folder, and you can see that some couple of um, configuration file, and it is here, and the services it is included here. Then how we are calling this util service, I will be going to explain you this, and it will be cover that API call also. So let me start from that first one. You can see that auth.js. So usually this auth.js will be responsible to provide all the user related data, like user is authenticated or not, then what is your current location, then get region, which region you are belongs to, right? So that which country you are in, right? So everything it will be provided by this auth. So this auth the JS, it will be called internally. So you no need to call directly auth.js to your component. So if you need those data, right? So you have to call it from a reducer. In that reducer section, we have here that auth reducer, right? So that one you have to uh, call it within your component level, and you will get all those data. So reducer section in another video I will be cover it out. So just for your information, so this auth.js has the user related basic information. Then we have here that common.js. Now this common.js has all our endpoint. So here you can see that everything it is listed here, all microservices, all microservices endpoint it is mentioned here, that which one it is deployed, right? Everything it is mentioned here. So now you come to endpoint.js. Is in that endpoint.js, these both common.js and endpoint.js is both are like a related one. Now you can see here couple of API already it's mentioned over here, right? And here there is no endpoint it is mentioned. So endpoint we are taking from that our common.js. So it is coming from here. So after that it is decorating that uh, our API one. Now for example, you want to create another API, right? So another new API you created. So you can add as it is over here. Then in which microservice you are working. So you can provide this is the key name. So for example, here you are creating as a notification creation API you are going to create, and this API is belongs to under that utility microservice. For example, you are creating new one. So in this scenario, I'm just giving here one key name, and as it is belongs to utility, so I decorated here as a utility one. And after that API, then this part is like our action name, sorry, controller name, and this notification creation, this one like our action name. And based on that I added here. Now while create that API, it could be either get method, it could be either our post method, right? So whatever it is, but API endpoint we have to decorate this way. In after that only I'll be show you that how this API it is decorating and how it is getting called. Okay, as an example. So now we have that HTTP config. Now if you see that almost all the API we have to send that header section, right? So either it is get call, it is post call. So what we're going to do is we have to just import this post call, or maybe if it is if it is get call, then as a guest option we will import, and that parameter only we have to send here, and that header section it will be automatically maintained over here. So we know not to think about to decorate what are those acceptance criteria and what are those content type criteria, right? So if you, so let's say if you want to send as a file, right, as a file you want to put, so you can import here like post option for file. Now in another one we have that language const. So usually this part Sony might be work on it. So usually how it is work is if you go to in top level, so you can see here English, then you can see here as a Korean text. So what usually we're doing in that UI label, we have multiple language concept, right? So as of now, English, Japan, and that Korean. So three language we are supporting. So what it is, so here as a let's say you are doing one message, right, one static message or something. So you can add here that constant name, and in this other hand you can add here as a text, so which one you want to print over here. And the same thing, so this language, if you want to fetch that data, that which one you added, and that similar way, so here it is a English account underscore type, it is there, right? So in other hand also you can see under this Korean also same keyword we used here, and this is the Korean version. And this again if you see that Japanese one, so it is less, but we have to also maintain that same keyword, and we also can follow that as it is. So here our intention is if you want to create new, so you can add over here. And how you will fetch that data is again through Redux. So in that Redux section if you go, and you can see here under that settings, in that settings reducer, we are passing those languages over there. So again I will be show you as a demo that how we are fetching that classes and all. Now this is the pagination one. So pagination, as of now, like we just created, but here earlier we thought to use from that JS page, but sometime we used from um, our backend only. So as we are using the DynamoDB and Lambda concept, right? So Lambda, so DynamoDB has privilege to provide that data directly as like pagination. So that's what we are maintaining from backend, but still, if we feel further to require, we can add here that our logic part. Now here this request. So request, this is like the standard one we created, and all the API it will be passed through this request. And you can see we decorated here that user token, right? So user token and all, it will be automatically inject in that header, so every time we no need to send it. Now you can see in other hand, this is all our configuration level, so automatically it will be convert. So then after that it will be passed that JSON, so it will be automatically maintained. So this one, this required.js will be used to call that API, right? Now let me show you one example that how it is working. Now I am going in the top, as we discussed, right? So HTTP config, so I imported here as a guest option and that post option, and you can see it is imported from util HTTP config, right? So this one it is import from there. Now again another one, if you see here that import request, we are taking here from util.request here. Again we are importing from here. And this endpoint also, endpoint means that which URL we want to call. So this is the endpoint URL, right? So again we are importing from there. Now you come here, Now so this example already we discussed earlier, but I just show you, my intention here is to just explain you how we are doing that API call. So as this is the async one, right? So we marked here, you can see this is the async and await concept here, right? And we are just providing here request, and first parameter would be this is the one. So this is our get call, right? So this is our get call. So we are calling here, calling this is the endpoint, then get cross domain. So now if you come here and if you see here get cross domain, right? So this is the key one. So if we pass this key, so internally it will be point this URL. And now again you come here, and this is the through some query string, I am some supplying some value over here, right? And as a query string I am just passing the data, and you can see as a get option I am just providing here blank. So internally we don't have any call for get, so I'm just sending through query string. And as soon as I'll get data over data here, that as a result, so then you can put it here debug or maybe console log to see what is the response you are getting, and based on that you can also operate. So this is about, so only this line will be handled for call the API. Now let me show you that others one how the post call it is working. Now let's say in this scenario, so again we are calling here, this is the oh sorry, this is the again get, yeah, this is the post below one. Now you can see I just decorate here that as a channel number as an object, right? So I am just preparing here that object one. Again this request we are importing above, and we are just supplying here that our end URL. So end URL, you can see this is the uh, get subscriber member info, right? Subscribed member info. Now you come over here and you can check, this is the one, right? So this is the one. Now um, now we are just called here, and post call option, and we are just supplying this value, and automatically all the header, then everything it will be set up, and here you will get that final output call. And then where you want to pass that value, right? So either through redux or through local state, but our most preference would be, if you see that same data would be used that across that multiple child component, right? Or others root level component also, so would be better to use that redux, so data flow would be more good. Yep, so that's about for util services, and I will be discussing another video about this reducer concept. Yep, thank you for watching this video.